This presentation will discuss how the UDL framework can be applied to meet the diverse needs of students, focusing on students with dyslexia and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder related attentional control difficulties. What are diversity and inclusion, and how do they relate to each other in a classroom setting? Diversity refers to the broad range of people in our classroom, their needs, strengths, learning profiles, and various backgrounds. Considering diversity in the classroom is about acknowledging the diverse ways individuals experience learning and the school environments, systems, and structures. Inclusion in a classroom setting ensures that the environment, learning materials, and interactions are accessible to everybody. Diversity and inclusion are intertwined, as inclusion is the practice of considering the diverse needs of students and ensuring that every student has access to all learning opportunities and spaces in equally meaningful ways. Inclusive education teaches to all students and promotes an encouraging and safe environment and culture for everybody. The Universal Design for Learning Framework, or UDL, considers the needs of all students and provides a guide for how to ensure your teaching materials and strategies are going to meet the diverse needs of your students. UDL has three core principles: multiple means of engagement, multiple means of representations, and multiple means of action and expression. Multiple means of engagement discusses the why of learning. The guidelines include welcoming interests and identities, sustaining effort and persistence, and emotional capacity. By providing options for engagement, the UDL framework addresses the barriers to engagement, such as distractions, and encourages students' autonomy by teaching skills such as self-regulation and goal management. Students feel motivated to achieve the learning objectives as they can see the relevance and the value of the learning. Multiple means of representation refers to providing a range of ways that students can access the learning materials. It is the what of learning. UDL provides three guidelines to support this. The first is providing options for perception by using resources that communicate the information through multiple modes such as linguistic, visual, and audio materials. The second is providing options for language and symbols by discussing the meanings and structures within different text types. The third guideline is to provide options for building knowledge by activating prior learning and unpacking concepts. This principle facilitates an inclusive learning environment as it ensures students don't miss out on opportunities to find meaning in the content. Providing a range of learning materials benefits students who prefer to learn through different modes. Students are taught the language they need to effectively engage with and interpret content. Teachers have the opportunity to identify learning gaps as they guide students through the big ideas related to the learning objectives. Multiple means of action and expression refers to how the learning takes place and is demonstrated. The three guidelines of this include interaction, expression and communication, and strategy development. By providing multiple ways to access learning tools, teachers can help students find the ways of responding to materials that best suit their learning styles. This allows students to communicate their learning through multiple forms of expression. By supporting strategy development, teachers can help students set and reach goals that are challenging and achievable for them while supporting them to plan and manage how they will reach these goals. Dyslexia is a neurobiological learning disability that affects a person's word recognition, accuracy, and fluency. It affects a person's ability to spell and decode words. Dyslexia affects a person's phonological awareness, creating difficulty with converting sounds to their written symbols and converting letter symbols to their sound. Students with dyslexia will experience its impact in different ways and therefore have different needs. Teachers need to consider the impact of dyslexia on a student's ability to decode and create written texts. As students with dyslexia often struggle to benefit from written materials, it is important to provide a range of representations to the content. Text-to-speech read aloud to students and remove decoding barriers created by written text, allowing students with dyslexia to learn the content in a meaningful way that includes them within the classroom environment. By making the chosen reading materials accessible to students with dyslexia without substituting the written materials with an alternative learning resource, students can access the same content as their peers. This aligns with the UDL framework as it provides multiple means of representation, allowing for meaningful perception and comprehension of the materials. When students with dyslexia are able to decode information effectively, their comprehension of the material is improved. This provides multiple means of engagement as minimizing threats and distraction recruits interests. Text-to-speech also benefits other learners in the space who prefer auditory materials or struggle with decoding information due to other language-based learning difficulties. Providing multisensory learning opportunities is a critical strategy for engaging students with dyslexia. Many students with dyslexia are ashamed of their dyslexia-related needs and often hide their disability from peers. By providing activities that bring out students' strengths, students can enjoy their learning without being exposed to barriers relating to their dyslexia. This aligns with the engagement and representation principles of UDL. When presented with visual learning materials, students with dyslexia can learn more efficiently. Students with dyslexia also interact with kinesthetic materials more successfully than written materials. Therefore, providing information through a range of multisensory representations is a strength-based approach that will foster meaningful understanding and engagement. This strategy benefits all students in the classroom as it covers different learning profiles and allows for students to show a preference for what modes they find most engaging. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, is categorized by a person's hyperactivity, impulsivity, and inattention. This can negatively affect a student's executive function, social inclusion, and academic performance. Students with ADHD may struggle to maintain attention on their work. This may look like interrupting teachers and peers and distracting themselves and others. The use of fidget toys in a classroom environment is shown to benefit students who struggle to hold their attention. Increased movement is shown to support higher academic success in students with ADHD. Whilst larger movements, such as walking around the classroom, may be discouraged due to the disruption to other students, inhibiting movement altogether may impede a student with ADHD's academic performance. Therefore, small and quiet fidget toys can support a student with ADHD to stay focused while also supporting other students by minimizing distractions in the classroom. This links with the engagement principle of the UDL framework. Fidget toys recruit interest through minimizing distractions for students with ADHD as well as their classmates. Fidget toys also provide options for self-regulation through facilitating personal coping skills and strategies. Another strategy for supporting students with ADHD is encouraging the use of noise-cancelling headphones during independent learning. Noise is shown to impair cognition and learning in students, as noise can cause irritation and distraction. Noise-cancelling headphones can help students with ADHD focus and learn better by reducing the distractions of classroom noise. Using noise-cancelling headphones is also shown to increase concentration in all learners. This aligns with the action and expression principle of the UDL framework, as it provides access to tools and assistive technologies to support learning. This in turn supports the engagement of students through minimizing distractibility and providing a personal coping strategy. In conclusion, the UDL framework supports and encourages the use of many inclusive teaching strategies as it considers how to meet the diverse needs of students. By using the guidelines of UDL to maintain its three principles, teachers can design multiple means of engagement, representation, and action and expression.